Hello everybody, Ben Austin here, your New Rules Golf Coach, and today we're at the Deerfield Golf Club in Newark, Delaware, and today we're going to be talking about how to play uneven lies. Now it's a little windy out, so I'm going to be doing my best to speak so you can hear me, so if you can, I apologize. But the first thing I want you to understand is what effect the lie angle of the club has when playing an uneven lie. So you may be asking yourself, what's a lie angle? Well, I have a lie angle tool here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on the center of the club face. So you can see behind me where the green is. Now, if the club was sitting perfectly flat, the bottom of the club is sitting perfectly flat on the ground, you can see where that lie angle tool would aim. Now let's say the ball was above your feet and the lie angle became more upright. If the lie angle became more upright, you can see how that lie angle tool now points to the left. Now even though the club face may seem it's square to the target, the actual lie angle now points to the left. Now I have a 3-iron here, which has very little loft on the club face. So if I were to pick the heel of the club about an inch off the ground, you can see that it doesn't really vary too much. But now if I take a pitching wedge and I put it on the center of the club face, if I were to pick the heel of the club up now, you can see now that it's pointed more to the left than the 3-iron. So because the club face has more loft, when we vary the angle of the club, it makes it point more off to the direction. So a pitching wedge, if you pick the heel up by an inch, is going to make the lie angle tool point more to the left than if it was a 3-iron. You can see that it does point to the left a little bit, but not nearly as much as the pitching wedge. So, if I was going to play a shot where the ball was very above my feet, I would have to aim to the right because the lie angle would actually point at the flag. So I wouldn't want to aim the club at the target. I would want to aim my body on this shot probably to the right edge of that bunker because the lie angle would actually point at the flag. So think about that concept, and what you would do is if the ball was below your feet, you would just reverse it. So if the ball was above your feet, the lie angle would point to the left, and now if the ball is below your feet, it's going to make the lie angle point a little bit to the right. So if the ball is below my feet on this shot, I would have to aim a little bit to the left because the lie angle would make the ball go more to the right. So now if we think about that, let's think about uphill and downhill lies. Okay, so I'm using the pitching wedge here, and let's pretend that I was hitting the ball that way. Now if the club was sitting flat, you can see the loft on the club face. But since I have an uphill lie, if I was to set up to the golf ball, you can see how it's given the lie angle more of an upright effect, so the ball would go higher. And then the same thing, if the ball was below my feet, it would point lower. So effectively, when the ball is above your feet, your pitching wedge theoretically becomes a lob wedge. And if the ball's below your feet, or I'm sorry, if it's a downhill lie, like this, your pitching wedge effectively becomes a 7-iron. So you have to take that into consideration when you're playing. Now, once we understand that, it makes a little bit more sense why the ball curves so much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit a ball, and for me to hit that ball at that flag, I'm going to have to aim well to the right because the ball is going to curve left. Because the true lie angle is going to make the ball go left. So when I aim here, I'm going to aim at the right side of the bunker. Now the second thing we're going to talk about is how do you swing. Alright, so since the ball's above my feet, my swing is going to become more around, almost like a baseball swing. Whereas if the ball was below my feet, I'd have to swing more up and down. So if the ball's above your feet, think about a carousel. And if the ball's below your feet, think about a Ferris wheel. Alright, so I'm going to aim my shot to the right of the bunker. And my swing now is going to become more around because the ball is above my feet. So I don't know if you could see that, but it ended up about 10 feet from the hole. It started at the right of the bunker and then curved back to where the true lie angle was. So when you're playing, take into account what club are you using. Is it a less lofted iron or is it a more lofted iron? Because the less loft, the less the lie angle varies. The more loft, the more the lie angle varies. So work on this, practice around the greens, play around with it a little bit, and you'll notice that understanding this concept will get your ball to start more on line. Visit benaustingolf.com or deerfieldgolfclub.com, and now you can also visit swingreader.com for more information. Have a great day.